The American University women's volleyball team is one of the most successful programs on campus. They hosted the Navy midshipmen yesterday, playing for the conference title and an automatic NCAA tournament bid. We've got the highlights for you. AU head coach Barry Goldberg looking for his 5th conference title. First set, nice pass from Kennedy Etheridge and Vela McBride with the kill for an early AU lead. Set point here, Cheyenne Orsi taps it over the net. AU takes set 1, 25-17. Second set now, Ola Kazawa slams it home. AU up 2-0, 1 set away from a title. Who else but tournament MVP Kazawa, her 18th kill of the match. AU sweeps the midshipmen for their 5th straight conference title. Selection Sunday is November 26th.
Some of the biggest fans of that volleyball team, the AU wrestling team. I recently sat down with a few of the wrestlers to see why they're a little closer than most teams on campus. Teague Moore grew up with 4 older brothers. An upbringing he says helped him become a national champion wrestler at Oklahoma State.
My living room carpet matches with my older brothers were some of the toughest times that I ever went through.
Brothers helping brothers reach their goals. It's a mantra Moore has carried over into his coaching. There's been a set of brothers on every American University wrestling team Moore has coached. This year, it's the Dempsey brothers. The first time Brett and Bryce have ever been on the same team.
Having me here, I've been here for like 5 years now. Just being here to help make sure he's doing what he needs to do and pushing him to the next level.
But they aren't the only brothers in the AU program. Josh and David Terrell were teammates for 2 years, and now David is an assistant coach, working with Josh daily.
So it just makes it easier and it makes it more comfortable to get his opinion on things and to change my game up.
The team says the family bond extends beyond just genetics.
It's not necessarily like a blood relationship, I guess, with a brother, but it's way more than just being teammates.
It's a culture Coach Moore says focuses on accountability.
When you're doing something and you know that a teammate is supposed to be doing it, be willing to drag them along. There are going to be days where you're going to drag somebody along, and then there's days where you're going to get dragged on.
And Coach Moore hopes his team can drag each other to success on the biggest stage, the National Championships in March. For District Wire News, I'm Tommy Bennett.
From water to land, American University alumna Alexis Danchek is embarking on a brand new adventure. The former swimmer is now dedicating her talents to weightlifting, representing the nation's capital. Our District Wire sports correspondent Courtney Rosen has more.
Limbs tremble, sweat drips, eyes focus. For American University alumna Alexis Danchak, it's just another drill. Danchak is an Olympic weightlifter, at times holding nearly 200 pounds above her head in competition. But she didn't start out that way. She used to be a distance swimmer for American University until she broke her sternum in an off-season practice. Her strength coach pushed her toward weightlifting.
He was like coaching me one day and he's like, I'm going to turn you into a lifter. You'd be a really good lifter.
She dropped swimming at the end of her junior year, trading her knee skin for a singlet. Now she's part of the DC Weightlifting Club and works out with the team at a CrossFit gym on U Street. Here she's running through drills. First, the snatch. She throws the bar overhead in one swoop. Next is the clean and jerk. She raises it to her chest, then presses overhead. If she fails 3 times at either skill, she'll be disqualified at competition.
When you're at a swim meet, you're in a heat with 7, 8 other people, whereas when you're on a platform at a lifting competition, it's only you and the barbell and 3 judges in front of you and all the spectators watching you.
In 16 months of lifting, she's competed 7 times.
She's so passionate. I think that's one of her strongest things, is that she's passionate. She's passionate about whatever she wants to do. And she's going to embrace it and jump into it with both feet.
Danchak now lives with her former teammate, Shannon Exley. Exley is a senior swimmer at AU.
She looks up to a lot of pro weightlifters, and she makes a huge effort to stay informed about what they're doing and the ways that they're practicing and getting better.
Danchak's goal is to qualify for the American Open Finals, the premier competition for USA weightlifting. Courtney Rosen, ESPNU.
A local nonprofit organization is changing the way low-income students participate in sports and academics. Our District Wire News correspondent Rachel Ferroni has more on the story.
Sports should be accessible to everyone, regardless of how much money you have or where you come from. But for many kids, getting to play sports can be a challenge. A nonprofit organization in Washington, D.C. is changing all that. DC Scores is an organization that gives low-income students an opportunity to participate in sports, poetry, and service learning outside of school.
She's a great Salvadorian woman that takes time to help everyone in need.
Bethany Henderson became the executive director of DC Scores in 2014.
For many of the young people we work with, for many of their schools, we are their tribe, we are their safe space. They show up. That is their connection, that is their community, and it's a really constructive, positive community for them.
Many students stay with DC Scores for years at a time. Alumni member Anna Galeas believes DC Scores did more than just teach her how to play soccer.
Perspective. I'm now saying my story. Like, if I wasn't in DC Scores, I would have been in the streets doing things that I'm not supposed to.
I tend to notice that it's a little more appreciated at the end of the day. And I guess that's because of because there's less opportunities. When they do see an opportunity that is free, and it opens doorways for other connections, I think it's more beneficial for the kids.
To find out how you can get involved, visit www.dcscores.org and click on the Donate and Volunteer tabs on the homepage. For District Wire News, I'm Rachel Ferroni.
Coming off an exciting weekend for AU athletics, the department is looking to continue to draw large crowds throughout basketball season. Find out about upcoming games and promotions when District Wire Sports returns.